Voir dire, the process through which potential jurors are questioned by either the judge or a lawyer to determine their suitability for jury service. There are a number of landmark cases that have shaped this legal process: Hernandez v. Texas, Rink v. Arizona. One particular case, Powers v. Ohio, takes a unique dive into this legal process. Before we begin, it is important to know about the case Batson v. Kentucky, another landmark case where the Supreme Court ruled that the use of peremptory challenges to exclude potential jurors based on race was unconstitutional. In Powers v. Ohio, we see Larry Powers, a white man, facing 2 charges for aggravated murder and a charge for attempted aggravated murder, potentially facing 53 years to life in prison. He pleaded not guilty and invoked his right to a jury trial. During Voir dire, the state of Ohio used a peremptory challenge to excuse a black veneer person, a veneer person being a potential juror in the veneer. Powers objected to this action, requesting an explanation as to why the veneer person in question was being exempt from the juror pool. The court denied this request, unpausing the jury selection process. As the process continued, the state of Ohio used a peremptory challenge for 9 potential jurors, 6 of which were black. Powers objected each time a black veneer person was challenged, with the court denying his request each time. After Voir dire, he was found guilty of his crimes. Larry Powers appealed the case to the Ohio Court of Appeals, stating that the prosecution's discriminatory selection of jurors violated the 14th Amendment's Equal Protections Clause, as well as stating that his own race was irrelevant to the right to object. The Ohio Court of Appeals affirmed his conviction, with the Supreme Court of Ohio dismissing the appeal. The Supreme Court was willing to take on Larry Powers' case. This landmark case asked the following questions: can the prosecution exclude a potential juror based solely on their race? Looking back at the landmark case of Batson v. Kentucky. Does the 14th Amendment allow a criminal defendant to object to the prosecution making such race-based exclusions? And is whether or not the defendant and potential juror sharing the same race relevant to one's right to make said objections? In a 7-2 ruling from the Supreme Court in favor of Larry Powers, they find that no, a potential juror cannot be excused from voir dire based solely on their race, and that the defendant has the right to object to the prosecution making such race-based exclusions, regardless of if they share the same race as the juror. This particular case was monumental in shaping the jury selection process, namely when it comes to questions regarding the race of the defendant, the race of veneer persons, and etc. It also dove deeper into how we look at Batson v. Kentucky, another landmark case that shaped the process of voir dire.